Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of our Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke. So last episode we just defeated Brock in the Pewter City Gym, giving us our very first badge. And Chrysalis has just been proving himself to be an absolute unit. He is just a super strong special attacker. But it has kind of left Huntress feeling a bit in the dust, so this episode we're going to focus on leveling her up and hopefully, getting through to the next area, which is Mount Moon. But we currently have an absolute, boatload of battles to get through. And starting off, we jumped straight into a fight with this lass who was a level 9 Pidgey. Huntress being level 10, and again, feeling kind of, less than as a flying type. She wants to beat this Pidgey just to restore her honor. It's like, no, I am winning this fight. And, what an accuracy drop. Oh, it's already proving awful. The accuracy has fallen, but we managed to take out the Pidgey in 3 hits, still in green health, all things going well. And the bottom line is that trainer battles give more experience than wild Pokemon encounters, so even if it's the case where it's only 2 level 9 Pidgey, it's still going to give like in the hundreds of XP, so generally really good. And again, just using Sand Attack to drop the accuracy. In Gen 1, what's interesting is that the enemy has a nerf to the accuracy of their status moves. So we use Sand Attack, it already is lowering the accuracy of all moves, but the reason Sand Attack keeps failing is because it's actually missing. And the reason for that is that it is already at a disadvantage with the AI programming. There's already a disadvantage and a chance for it to fail, and then obviously with lowering its accuracy it only increases that issue. But yeah, we have to try and get through this route and battle all these trainers, so let's run the title card. Trail of Troublesome Trainers. So, stepping into battle number 2 of this absolute gauntlet, we have a bug catcher from the forest, and I believe in like Fire Red and Leaf Green, this bug catcher actually says that he fought you before in the forest, and he brought like more powerful Pokemon along this time. So maybe in canon, this is the guy that had that level 10 Caterpie, and he's just caught other Pokemon now as well. And is kind of obsessed with us, and he's just like following us around being like, please, my bugs could definitely win. But Huntress is taking absolutely no prisoners. There is just, game over. That's it. So out comes a Weedle, and a Pokemon we cannot capture in this game. So I like to imagine the headcanon lore for this is that they basically were having this epidemic of like these really poisonous bugs, and Silphco just invented a pesticide and just caused such a dramatic drop in the Weedle population that they became so rare that like only trainers that had already captured them like have access to them. You can't like find them in the wild now, which is pretty cool. And now Huntress is level 12. She's up with the rest of the gang now. Learning Quick Attack. It's quite interesting when you look like at all the different early stage Pokemon and how they do kind of learn skills and abilities at around the same rate roughly. Like level 12, the Nidorans learn Double Kick. Level 12, Pidgey learns Quick Attack. I wouldn't be surprised if at level 12 Pikachu learns something as well, so it's just interesting how they all kind of steadily gain different but new abilities in and around the same rate, It is all fairly balanced, to be fair. So Roxas, on defeating that other trainer, now has $100 more to go. And yeah, this guy's basically saying that there's there's more different types of Pokemon to be found in different areas. Like we're about to be going into a cave system. We've just come from a forest, you know, so different places, different Pokemon. It's all good. And the absolute meme of the shorts guy. I love wearing shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. The classic line itself. Now he comes out with a Rattata at level 11. So rat versus mouse. How is this going to go? So again, Peekaboo just not really that aggressive of a Pokemon. It doesn't really want to kind of, you know, hurt them. So it's trying to like paralyze them. The paralysis doesn't work. He is very nearly taken out. And so we bring in Prince. He has a fighting move, double kick. Makes absolutely short work of this little rat. You know, the critical, the super effective, I should say, damage, the paralysis proc, you know, it was over before it began, you know? And then out comes Ekans, another poison type. There's actually a lot of poison Pokemon in this early part of the game. To be fair, like we've Weedle, we've the two Nidorans. Poison is a very heavy early game type, it seems. And yeah, like this is actually such a nice boost, just to have all these trainers in a row, and then you're just getting in the hundreds of XP every time. So we're going to get a good boost for the owl party now. And we just quickly ran back to the Pokemon Center, and here we are moving on to the next trainer in the gauntlet. But yeah, in terms of like this is kind of my first Nuzlocke. You know, I've tried to do them or like take them somewhat seriously, but then I give up after like, you know, 1 or 2 badges. So I'm hoping the channel kind of forces me to keep the challenge going, and I do want to see if I can finish it. And oh, we got the damage and the extra paralysis. We love that for ourselves. Peekaboo said to itself, no, the last time I just went for a paralysis, it like attacked me and nearly knocked me out. So no, not today. We choose violence today. And again, like the Kakuna and Metapod lines are literally just free XP on the screen. Like it's just a matter of, and like the best thing about having Pikachu as a special attacker, it's hardening to raise its defense. It does nothing for the damage that Thundershock is doing. And then here we are, level 11. And oh, he learned quick attack at 11, not 12. But yeah, don't really need Growl, so we'll just have our normal priority move, our status move, our attack move, and I think Tail Whip is the other move. Yeah, Tail Whip to help us out there as well. But oh my god, again, Peekaboo is not playing games here. It is like, yes, you are shocked, and then you are shocked and stunned into silence. Yeah. Pikachu is not having any mercy today. It says, no, I'm shocking you all to bits. And what's so funny is if like that trainer had like a level higher, I'd be facing like a Butterfree and a Beedrill. It's absolutely crazy, but I'm glad I'm not. Although for Pikachu, a flying type would actually be super effective damage, so maybe it would be better, but with that, does Pikachu reach 12? No, doesn't reach 12, not quite. But again, handy for the L money situation. Like we kind of were running low on like resources from the kind of burn heal side quest we ended up doing. But now this one I actually didn't research well enough, so I thought he had a Spearow at like 11, and then it was like, oh, it's 14. That's very high. And then I thought, look, Huntress gets her like redemption arc. She can like go against the Spearow and like prove she's a better bird. And then I was like, brilliant. It's like, oh, went for Growl first. That's great. I'll just lower the accuracy. And then, oh my god. It was like, oh, that damage was so high. And then the sand attacks weren't hitting. And I was like, oh lord, what do we do? But yeah, eventually it was like, no, it's just too much of a risk. I just had to bring Huntress back in again, which again, oh, she's like trying so hard to be the best, and it's just things aren't working out as easily as she may have expected. And there's just that, again, burning, competitive, jealous edge to her now that, Roxas is noticing, but he's trying to explain that, like, look, there's no point in overexerting yourself to the point where, you potentially die and then, like, you're of no help or benefit there, that it's okay to kind of ask for help. But Huntress is struggling deeply with that. And after another retrek to the Pokemon Center, we're nearly finished this gauntlet to Mount Moon. But yeah, what I'm noticing, or I suppose what my hopes are going forward into Mount Moon, is I would love a Geodude just for like type diversity, and to have like a stab ground, stab rock to deal with, like, that flying Pokemon aren't just Pikachu's, remit. And we have something to deal with ice, and we have something to deal with, electricity as well, like ground immunity to electricity, always handy for like Lieutenant Surge. So hopefully we get that when we go through Mount Moon. And that's the scary thing with Rattata as well, by the way. I noticed that I had Thunder Shocked him and then I quick attacked, because Pikachu is in like the 18 range, and like if you don't do a priority move, he could just do quick attack as a last hurrah of like, I'm gonna just do damage. And Rattata's also so fast that it does crit an awful lot, so like it's kind of like a hidden, threat a lot of the time, even though it's like such a common, simple Pokemon. Like it's a tricky one, it's difficult. And yeah, Chrysalis just proving that like magical psychic powers beat everything always. It's the most busted type in the game. But yeah, so another last defeated, and we get 150. Like 150 is a lot, like when you basically had like no money previously. But we're now reaching a new part of the grasses. Oh, sorry, let's try that again. We are reaching the part in the route where there is grass. We can get a brand new encounter. I was just double checking with Pokeballs. I was going to just heal everybody up as well. I believe Jigglypuff is here in that grass, but before we do that we have to fight this trainer. But I believe you can get a Jigglypuff here. I might be misremembering about Leaf Green, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm going to Google that now, live on recording. Jigglypuff, Pokemon Yellow. But yeah, just getting through these trainers is just a really great space for money, grinding, and all that jazz. So definitely I'm going to be giving out about it. Yeah, locations. Oh, it's only in blue and red. It is in Route 3 in blue and red. And then Routes 5, 6, 7, and 8 in yellow. Interesting. And lo and behold, our newest member is a Spearow. And quite frankly, this sends Huntress into a tailspin. Like, it just doesn't want Roxas to even catch it. It's like, Butterfree is like telekinetically holding it still so you can capture it. But there's absolutely no way that Huntress would coincide easily with this Spearow. It's already, after getting so jealous over, Butterfree, it's just like, no, I can't. It just wouldn't be a safe environment. So Roxas elects to have him sent back to Oak's lab so he can just chill out there. But yeah, a bit disappointing. Like, I kind of have 2 flying and normals, 2 poisons. Like, the type, well, 3 flyings as well with like Butterfree, so it's just tricky when the type diversity isn't really appearing yet, but there's lots more of the game to get through. Like, I'm not overly worried, but yeah, Jet's there at like 40 hit points, and I'm kind of like, ooh, I think I'm gonna have to just put Jet in the PC. But I mean, we're after getting this far with no deaths, that's not so bad. And right now is just a crazy high level Jigglypuff. Like, it's gas when like the trainers are 2 or 3 and they're like in their 9s, and then it's like, I've one thing and it's level 14. Like, that was the same with the Spearow earlier. It's just wild to me, you know? But luckily, double kick will not see us wrong. So hopefully over in one more double kick. The disable failed. If it disabled double kick, I would have been very sad, but it didn't. And one thing about this sprite is that like Jigglypuff's eyes are supposed to be blue, and they're just like these like bloodshot red, like nastiness. But all the trainers were defeated. We move on to Mount Moon. Phew, better take a rest. That tunnel from Cerulean takes it out of you. And what's so frustrating about this game is that they're like, oh, that tunnel from Cerulean, where you took it out of me. You can't walk from Cerulean through Mount Moon. Like, it's just full of ridges. So I don't know what to say. But Roxas walks in, and immediately this bald man calls him over and basically offers to trade him 500 for a Magikarp. And at first Roxas is like, no, I definitely don't want that. Like, I'm terrified of water Pokemon. And he's you know, being the typical salesman of like, listen, I know you mightn't like water types, but this is the least watery typed water Pokemon there is. Can't even do anything. He just splashes. He's just harmless. There's no like, he says likes to swim, and he can even survive in a puddle if he wants. Come on, kid, you're not going to give up on this little Pokemon. And like, Roxas looks in, the tank is like filthy, the Magikarp is just like bobbing around, and you know, he just takes pity on this Pokemon, so he hands over 500. And then we'll have to like cut to like the Pokédex theme. That's super exciting. Magikarp, the fish Pokemon. Famous for being unreliable, it can be found swimming in lakes, seas, rivers, and shallow puddles. But yeah, I was sitting there for ages. I wanted to call him Splish Splash, but I ran out of characters, which was not ideal. So we eventually like resigned to like a different name. But here we have a full team of 6 now. Well, it's technically still 5. Magikarp only knows Splash. But that is going to be the end of this episode. We're going to be moving on through Mount Moon now in a little bit. So I look forward to seeing what other Pokemon we get going forward. Hope you guys just hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you again. Bye.